Good morning, afternoon, or evening, dear yogis here at our Echo Yoga. So we are practicing back in the UK. Some of you might remember this window very well, one of my favorite places to practice. And today's practice, and in alignment with where I'm feeling energetically, is just going to be a nice slow flow, a nice grounding flow. So I encourage you, we might use some pillows at some point. If you want to have a couch pillow, or if you have a bolster, you can get a bolster just to have, just in case. And let's go ahead and start seated. So lengthen the spine. Can shut the eyes down. And begin to soften the eyes, the muscles around the jaw. And for whenever you're tuning in, knowing just in this moment, I'm tuning into the weather of the fall. So even metaphorically, we can tune into that energy that we feel each day of a little bit of slowness, a desire for a bit more coziness. So tuning into your own body, any places where there's contraction or tension, softening at the heart space. Let the belly open. So if you're holding in any tension in the belly, let it bulb out. And really focus on the breath moving from right below the navel on the inhalation up through the diaphragm across the chest. And letting all breath come in and out of the nostrils. Let's go ahead and drop the right ear to the right shoulder lightly. Not straining too far. And just feeling a little bit of tug at the left side of the neck. You might even want to stretch the left arm out just a bit. Left hand hovering just above the ground. And let the chin drop through center, left hand back on the knee. And bring the left ear over to the left shoulder. And again, notice if you try to go super deep, super quick. Really allow your body to show you where your edge is. And we move gently today, so really the word today is gentle, tender, slow. The right arm can stretch out, hovering just above the ground. And deep breaths in and out of the nostrils. And roll through center, chin to chest, right hand to the right knee, and lift the head. Still with the eyes closed, let's bring the hands to heart center, bringing in an intention for the practice. Can simply be curiosity, softness. Maybe you're letting go of something or inviting something in. And let's take one collective Om together. So we'll inhale first and Om on the exhale. Om. The hands can come to the knees, resting in the vibration. And let the mantra internally be soften, soften, soften. So just observing any areas in the body or mind that need to slow down. And let's open the eyes. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale to the heart. Inhale, reach up. And exhale to the heart. And let's go ahead and bring the hands to the earth and drop into a child's pose. So wide knees. Let the hands travel forward, forehead to the earth. Let the hips stretch back towards the heels. And a deep moment of connection to this solid force beneath us. And peel the chest up just a bit. Walk the hands over towards the right. Drape the chest over the right thigh. Left hand on top of the right and press the hips back towards the left heel. Nice and long through the left side body. And walk slowly back through center over towards the left. Drape the chest over the left thigh. Right hand on top of the left. Press hips back towards the right heel. And just notice how the slowness sits in the body. So notice if the mind becomes restless and wants to move, or the body wants more. Can we invite in less? And slowly come back through center. Peel the chest up and tuck the toes under, big toes together, knees together. Sit back onto the heels. So coming into a toe squat, nice and long through the spine. We let the heat rise into the ankles, unlocking any stagnation in the fascia here. So notice if there is any resistance to discomfort. So if you have any ankle issues, of course, just sit back onto the tops of the feet. But notice if you register discomfort as pain, and instead if you can just sit with a sensation. Let heat rise through the lower body. And we're creating some aliveness in the root. And notice in the pauses of guidance where the mind goes, if there is a desire to be led or an invitation, a softness to just rest in the spaciousness. Inhale, reach the arms up. Relax the shoulders, let the arms stay up, palms shining forward, slight Y of the arms, like you're embracing. Relax the muscles in the face. 2 more rounds of breath in and out of the nostrils. And let's slowly come down, hands to the earth, pat the feet out. And sit back onto the heels, lift the knees, a little rock here. And let's come forward. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, and press up to downward facing dog. So anything you need here to walk it out, any lateral stretches that you'd like, just move slowly. And after a few stretches, let yourself rest into some stillness, firm through the palms, pressing heels towards the earth, let the head drop. We just stay in the strong foundation here. So I think very much in our yoga practice,
As well in life, we can see the metaphor of trying to fill space with lots of fancy movements and strong movements. The same way in life, we want lots of activities, lots of friends, lots of experiences. So just notice if you also have a relationship with the spaciousness, the stillness. Enjoy the breath. Let's take an inhale, bend the knees. And exhale, step forward to meet the hands. So as you come forward, slight bend in the knees, take opposite elbows, let the head drop down. And you might want a slight bend in the knees. If you've got really tight hamstrings, you might straighten a bit more if you want a bit more length. And let the neck relax. And you might want to find a little rock forward with the arms or side to side. Again, let these movements be gentle. So learning in a very fast-paced world to tune into the more subtle energies of our practice, of our breath, of our minds, creating more spaciousness. And find stillness. Let the hands relax down. Let's take an inhale, slowly roll up, slight bend in the knees, let the arms hang like you're waking up in the morning. And give a little rock as you come up, a little bounce. Unfolding the head, the shoulders, a little bounce to the body. The heels can come off the ground. And if it feels good, you might want to sway a little bit from side to side. You can flick the hands. You can let the bounce get a little bit bigger. And then let's find some stillness. Ground the feet in, feel all three corners of the feet pressing into the earth, slight bend in the knees, palms shine forward. And stillness. So when we do our slower practices, we can kind of imagine we're feng shuiing the inner world. So in the practice of feng shuiing, it's removing all the unnecessary objects from the home or the environment. Because it's seen that the space in between the objects is where we live. So there's a lot of aliveness here in the emptiness. So when we have lots of objects, lots of thoughts, experiences, there's not a lot of spaciousness to really enjoy. So just feng shuiing a little bit here. Let's take an inhale, reach the arms up, look up. And exhale, bow down. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to shins, flat back, engage the core, and exhale, fold. Let's take an inhale, send the right foot to the back of the mat, right knee down, reach the arms up, Anjaneyasana. Relax the shoulders, and notice if you drop too deep in and you're already in this big wide back bend, come out a little bit, keep the spine a bit more erect. Relax the shoulders. So staying in something that you have longevity in. If we go into a deep back bend immediately, we might need to come out very quickly. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, twist to the left, right elbow outside the left knee. So looking back lightly over the left shoulder. Can stay here, or you might want to bring the left hand back to the right heel, right arm stretching up. So a nice right side stretch. Take an inhale and exhale, hands around the left foot. And sink back towards the right heel. Bring the left foot slightly forward, left toes point up. So folding into that half Hanuman. You might need to be deeper on the fingertips, or higher, I mean. Or you might want to go lower towards the left shin. So not pushing past an edge. Really notice your body. If you're hunching, to fold, straighten the spine a bit more to give yourself more space for breath. And if it means not diving in as deep until our breath and our body can catch up, then give yourself the liberty again to move more slowly. It's almost like our relational dynamics as well when we're doing these practices. If we get into the stretch for just a few breaths, the body doesn't know how to release or trust us yet in that moment. But when we stay for some breaths, there's a trust that builds. The body naturally tends to relax a little bit and we can go in deeper. So it's a beautiful place to practice our physical and energetic boundaries as well. Let's bring the left foot back a bit, bend the left knee, and step forward fold. Let's take a moment to bring the hands to the lower back. Take a bind here, let the head drop in. Slight bend in the knees, opening the shoulders. And let go of the bind, hands to the earth. And let's step the left foot back now, left knee to the earth. Reach the arms up, Anjaneyasana. And again, notice if you have a tendency to want to go as deep as you can into the posture. Find something with a bit of longevity. Relax the shoulders, square the hips. Notice if the lips are pursing, soften the face. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands to heart, twist to the right, left elbow outside the right knee. Make sure the belly's not resting on the thigh and just looking lightly towards the right shoulder. But be kind to your neck. In so many of our yoga practices, people really try to crank the cervical spine back and can create a lot of tension for the neck. You can stay here, or you can begin to bring the right hand back behind you, reaching for the left heel. You can tuck the toes, and then send the left arm up and back. Nice lateral stretch. Take an inhale. And exhale, fold over the right foot. Bring the hips back to the left heel. Travel the right foot forward just a bit. Right toes up and fold in over the right shin. So again, find your edge so that the spine is still quite straight and there's freedom for the breath here to move through the front body. And in this slowness, again, we're allowing the body to trust that it can relax and release with a bit more time. Two more rounds of breath. And bring the right knee back. Let's take the knees wide, child's pose. Stretch the arms forward. Give a little wiggle of the forehead, massaging here. Our last pose. And any breath, any sighs that want to come out, any sounds, sometimes it's nice to just clear the throat of anything that might be stuck inside. It can be quiet, it can be more dynamic, but let yourself take a few breaths just to release anything that may be stuck here. Sometimes a hum in the back of the throat can be nice for the vagus nerve and the parasympathetic nervous system to rest and relax. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and lift the body, come into a seat onto the heels. Sitting up nice and tall. Can relax the palms face down on the thighs or up. And just taking a moment before coming back into our day or our evening. Tuning in and observing, how are you feeling? What are you sensing? What is on the heart and the mind? And maybe bringing one hand to heart, one hand to the belly, just a moment of comfort for all the different bodies that we inhabit, energetic, physical. And bring hands together at heart center, bowing in. Deep gratitude for showing up on your mat today and practice with yourself. I wish for each of you deep grace as you move forward in the waves of this weird and wonky human experience. May you be kind with yourselves. May you move a bit slower when necessary and feel what is needed. Namaste.